want to start what you
No
said
problem.
about like low feature adoption. There was an article you wrote that I really liked. You're talking about product growth is not linear. Yeah, I think that was that how
Okay,
product growth is not
yes,
linear.
yes,
You're
yes.
using examples of like a feature you're trying to increase adoption for. So maybe could you tell me that story like now on the call? I kind of want to hear deeper, like more
Want to hear
about
my
it.
war story? So that's one of I have some stories that have like transformed my life. Is it like how to explain? It's something extreme. Like they're saying things. There's and I think in the universe of is it Marvel? There's something they call it canon moments. I
Yeah,
think for Spider-Man or something, right? Canon events or something like that.
yeah.
So they are saying key moments that I can just say one, two, three, four, five in my career. That one was very interesting. So let me there's a story. So Bumpa has a campaign feature. So you can send SMS emails to your customers with Bumper,
Well, you
right?
make multiple products.
But I'm not joking. I'm not even playing. I'm not playing at all. So you can send like SMS and so you have a contact list of like 100 whatever. I want to send them like, oh, we're running sales very soon.
Yeah.
Cool. You can create that kind of campaign. So mind you, it's not the core of what Bumper is.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't actually we've not pushed it as such like, oh, okay, come on, do this one. She's just like it was always that third bond, that that kid that
Yeah.
they say you don't need to worry about. That was literally what it was. Cool. So at the time I'd moved to a new team. I was doing the product marketing and product management for a new team. And we're in charge of, aside from doing general product marketing, we're now in charge of some features, right? Which now included this campaign. Me, I want to prove myself. Cool. Nobody really expected much from campaigns because it's just how much you want to be making. What's the revenue that you really want to make from SMSs and emails?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that much, to be honest. Cool. So adoption was not necessarily huge. Just a number of customers were using it, kind of thing. Cool. Now I then sat down with, I remember my what's the work of this guy? He's an engineer. I think it's full stack. No, he's a back end engineer. So
Mm-hmm.
I devised certain things where we're making we optimize. So the product was very simple. Create the for example SMS. Create the SMS. Send it. Finish. Now what we had done, we over like couple of months we optimized it to what it could do. Where they counter, like your SMS, you see 2/1,
Yeah,
three
yeah,
four
yeah,
two,
yeah.
the paragraphs. So it was not there, right? Added that so that it just makes it more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Before it sends, if you upload, like if you're going to send it to 100 people and you have two paragraphs, we're going to tell you the amount it was going to cost you before you send it, which was going to reduce the failure rate. There were certain issues around, if you had less than the amount for the total, it would never send it at all, right? So when we optimize to touch that,
Ah,
one, we did it in two ways. We let you know the amount so that if you want to recharge, just recharge one. Then two, we'll send it and you see the ones that failed. We now also added extra reporting so you can see who opened, who there was no
mm-hmm.
reporting. There was just like a lump sum. Okay, you have sent it before. So now there was better reporting. We just added a couple of things.
Things, yeah.
We also got a I used a different provider because the provider we're using before to power it was a third party integration. The provider we're using to do it was just they were just doing anyhow. So I changed providers. We integrated those people in. Then what even happened? Then there's something peculiar with SMS services where to get the name of a business, like to send instead of just a random number or
Mm-hmm.
just use Bumper generally, how do we make it specific? The price to get it for each customer was very tedious. So I used something that was general yet specific. Then we now did a so like in your email where you have previews, we did a kind of preview for the
Okay.
SMS where it was that business that would show first.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we don't want to show our customers to go and register their names with the telco, they could, once you send the SMS, it will still show that this is from you and they can open it ASAP. So it was a lot of let's make the products better. And without the workflows, yeah. Workflow that if you're using the app for like a month at least, you're
Mm-hmm.
entering a workflow system where you first get maybe a PN. Hey, do you know you can send an SMS, blah, blah, blah? Or number three, how to run sales. So there are
Mm-hmm.
articles around how to run sales, and it's saying before you run the sale, you should send SMS or emails to your customers, letting them to know 3 weeks before you're going to run so and so date to improve your whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of a thing. Social media, push it, whatever. So it took off, right?
Very
We're seeing revenue. Oh, there's also Jesus. I also increased the price a little bit. I increased the price because we added, yeah. It was we had kept it at the same price since Bumper started. So I increased the price. I increased the price just a very tiny micro bit. Then I also now did a tiered system where the more units you buy, the cheaper it is to encourage more purchases. Just understand, there's just a lot of, not a lot, because mind you, if you see the product still looks pretty much the same, but they're just optimizations that made it a better product. They
Yeah.
now need the marketing. Not we didn't even really do ads. Just let's see what people inside the product
Think.
will how they will change their behavior towards it. It took off.
That's it.
People started using it. First month. I think I'm not joking. So funny that you mentioned that you read it because I have an event next week and someone was like, I saw you wrote 200%. It sounds like crazy, but it literally happened. Like for real, for real. People started using it. Whatever. People were buying more credit. Like from ridiculous amounts. We were doing 100%, increase in terms of users that were using it. We're seeing more purchases and stuff like that. This was like real time data, whatever. Cool. It now got to a point where there was a merchant that had huge numbers who was very skeptical about using the product before because again, like I said, the provider using it that we used before wasn't great. So because we had the traction was there, we had told success, this is good, let everybody come and start using it. Cool. She now started using it. People again just a lot of attention. And the attention that caused the problem. So